Yeah, I completely agree. It's so interesting because I feel that I've been following you online for long enough that I feel that your marriage with your wife is like very, very legitimate from what I can tell, based on like the way that you speak about her, the way you guys speak about each other. But when my producer was like looking you up last night, the first thing that she said, she's like, what is the deal? Like all these people on his Wikipedia are saying that he married this like young girl and like he's creepy. And I mean, I feel like I've been following you in a different way, so I so never got that vibe. But like on paper, you and your wife have a very like you know, I guess some people could look at it as like kind of like I guess creepy in a way that like she was 17 when you guys met and then you guys met when she was 18 and got married. Is that right?
Mm, not exactly. I we did start talking and start dating through the web when she was 17. At the time, she told me she was like I think two months away from turning 18, and so I was like, okay, so you're about to totally be fine. That's fine. I initially thought that she was like 21 because
Yeah.
she looked, I don't know, something about Skype. But she looked 21 to me, so I was like, "Oh, this is fine." And then she tells me that she's 17. I'm like, "Oh God, when do you turn 18?" And she's like, I think she said like May or March, something like
Has
that.
that been like an
And
issue for you online about being approached by younger girls? Like,
no,
did you?
no, it was only an issue when I was single.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And
I mean, I was off and on single. It was like towards the really messed up last part of my other relationship where she flew back to Canada and we kept breaking up and getting back together long distance. So I was like talking to people when we were broken up, and then I'd stop talking to them when we were back together. It just went back and forth a lot from that. And then I found out she got pregnant with someone else's baby. So I was like, okay, well that relationship's over. Uh, and then I just started, Skyping people, but finding out, if there's anyone compatible. It's pretty lonely, pretty sad. And then I found this person who lied to me about her age initially, but we hit it off. So yeah, we did wind up getting married shortly after she turned 18, and
wow.
and our age gap is 9 years. So that's
Wow.
that. And the girl before her was also 17 when I met her. Another person who I thought was older through Skype, or no, through email and then through Skype. But no, she. I went up to live with her while she was 17 in Canada, where in all these places, of course, everything's completely legal. But yeah, I went up there, waited till she turned 18, and then flew down to the States because you cannot cross the Canadian border without a letter from your guardians if you're not 18. So that happened, and then she had a bunch of meltdowns, and then I drove her back to her grandma slash guardian's house. And then she came back after she told me she was pregnant, but she wasn't really pregnant. It's just a crazy relationship.
That is a lot. That is a whole goddamn lot. And I just think that there's something very I think that you're a very sweet person from everything that I can tell about you. It's like in both you're both I don't you're both I guess I would say that you come across as very standoffish because I think you come across as very defensive maybe, but it's also very clear as soon as you start talking about relationships and stuff that you have a gigantic heart. And I think that you're really, really smart and I really enjoy you. And yeah, I just thank you so much for coming on today and sharing all this stuff.